It's fixed and I'm so excited. Here is my week update of using the Jinhao 10, this fountain pen. Long story short, I had the matte all black, then it dropped, it fell, the nib broke, and I got this gold replacement. It's beautiful. Now, I have a few things I need to update you on, though. I've acquired another Jinhao, actually, a couple of Jinhao fountain pens within this week, which I will give you an update and some ink swatches. Also, I have the Meijin A2. Let me show you right here. But before we get into this, this is basically another brand that makes a capless click fountain pen version. I want to give a big shout out to in my last video on this pen, there was a commenter, David Navarrete. I pinned his comment, and very, very helpful in this tip where they suggested doing downstrokes on this nib. To catch you up on this whole little series, I wanted to check out this Jinhao pen and see if it was, equivalent to the Pilot capless, because I came across this beautiful fountain pen by a fluke through Amazon when they meant to send me a Prera. So this came in the Pilot Prera box. I fell in love with this click mechanism, but I was afraid to carry it around because it is pretty much an investment. And then I looked into, thanks to this community's recommendation, I looked into the Jinhao 10, and then a lot of you guys said that I should check out the Meijin. They have their own version, so we'll get to this in a minute, but this is what helped me. Remember how my nib was not working? It could have been the combination of the platinum carbon ink that I was using, and maybe because I didn't wash it or flush it out, and also I think the combination of the what are these called, the tines, these right here, being really close together. So this commenter, David, they suggested doing a couple downstrokes on, let me show you, I did more than a couple. And I'm going to show you this because this may help you as well. They suggested doing a few downstrokes like this, like firm. So I literally just got this pen and I was pressing, you can't tell, but I was doing it really, really hard like this. Okay, you can see the indentations here. And okay, it's writing now, but that's basically what I did. I kept doing that. And before I return this, because I got this on Amazon, I wanted to give it a try because this was already sold out. I think after I showed the video, you guys swooped them all up, but I really enjoyed this sleek gold design. So I really wanted to make this work. I love this body color and the design. So this worked. You could see here, I saw that there was some ink in here and it gave me hope. And then I did more of the firm downstrokes, and I was getting results, and then I just kept going. I kept going. I kept going and doing it. And you know what, really, you can see how hard I was pressing by the dents in the paper, the imprint right here. I finally got it to work. It worked finally. There was a little bit of skipping, but I think it was because maybe I had a little bit of water, because I rinsed this out. And this is with the Pilot black ink cartridge. And right here, I was so excited because it finally worked. One thing I did note, I was really surprised that this nib did not break, which makes me think that maybe the all blackout matte one I had was maybe, I don't want to say it was a dud or a fluke, but that nib, literally, I was journaling, my old one, the black one. I was journaling and it slipped out of my hand. It fell into my lap and then it fell onto my carpet and it landed on the nib and it broke, which I did share a video on that. But this, I'm telling you, I was pressing so hard on this nib. I really thought I was going to break it. And this is so firm and strong. You could, the camera. You could see, look. I'm pressing down really, really hard. I mean, now it works. I don't have to do it. But yeah. So this is an update. Try that hack, the firm downstrokes. after you've cleaned it, rinsed it, because I think what helped is that it split these little, what are they called, the tines apart. I've been using this for a week. I'll insert some clips. I've taken this out and about, went on a couple of trips. I really enjoyed using this, and I had it right here in my little handy dandy notebook. This is the Hobonichi Weeks. I really fell in love with this capless fountain pen. It's just so convenient. You know, I come from gel and ballpoint pens, and I just like retractable balls, or retractable like gel or ballpoint pens, and it's just very convenient. You don't have to worry about the cap, and you just click and go. This I found fits perfectly, and it sits right here on this pen loop. I even did a little let's see, oh no, this is a different one, but I journaled with this for the whole week, scribbled, took it to work. You know, I just found every reason to use this, wrote down my grocery list, my errands, everything, and it never dried up. Here's the trap door. You can see the mechanism, like it goes in. Yeah, it's just, I got lucky. I mean, we had a hard start in the beginning, but I'm so glad I did not give up and return it. And, you know, this fountain pen community is so helpful. You guys are some of the most knowledgeable and kindest community I've been a part of. And you always have really great feedback and insight and suggestions and your experiences. So now I have this beautiful baby in my collection. Oh, I love it so, so much. The Pilot, okay, I'm going to tell you the truth. I have been putting her to rest only because I had to give you guys, you know, a thorough and honest, you know, feedback and review of this. So if I had this inked, I knew that I would be using them both. So I cleaned the Pilot, the capless vanishing point out, and I've been using this. However, I did get the Maison A2, and this is their version. Is this ink already on here? This is their capless or vanishing point version. I want to show you this design. You see how the cut of this pen, it's plastic, but you see how it has like that little bit of shine. On Amazon, I thought this was going to be matte. So I ordered this because the matte black was on like back order, and I could not wait. And that's why I got this gold one. But I was surprised to see that this is like the plastic here, the cut. You can see it has like a little bit of that shine to it. Reminds me of a little bit of like a disco ball. So I was pleasantly surprised. This, I'm going to give you my thoughts. Okay, my first impressions. I was going to do the whole unboxing like I have been doing. And for my regular subscribers, I promise I am not going to be like a dedicated fountain pen channel. Not that anyone's complained, but I know a lot of my regular viewers, you guys are used to like my journal content, and I will have, you know, notebooks and whatnot coming up. But of course, notebooks go with pens, right? So just sharing my new love. But this pen took me by surprise. It is a little bit higher. Again, you can get these on like AliExpress, but I got these on Amazon because it's just easier to return if something goes wrong. And, you know, I have Amazon Prime, so these get here in 2 days. Whereas AliExpress, it could be anywhere from 5 to 12 days. So I was impressed by the packaging compared to my capless that I've been showing you. The capless, I have a third one. Okay, I'm going to show you this one. I have not used it. This is the black one. It finally came in stock and I got it. But to show you the unboxing experience, this is the capless. It comes in this nice little tin, and then the pen sat in here. It was like wrapped, and then it has this little cartridge that you can convert, that you can twist up through the nib. But I just filled the cartridge, as you may have seen from the last video. So the Maison came, and you could tell that the retailer that sent this to Amazon, like they bubble wrapped it very nice. The box, I was really impressed, to be honest. I was really impressed because this box, it felt like something I would get from maybe, you know, a higher name brand, well-known brand fountain pen company. So this is the box that came with, and inside you can see it has this dropper. You guys, what's it called? The eye dropper. You can squeeze this and then you suck the ink out of whatever bottle you're using and you can put it in the cartridge. Or you can twist with this. You can suck the ink from that. But what I did was, it also came with a cartridge inside. You guys know I got the syringe. I love using the blunt tip syringe and just filling it. And that's exactly what I did in here, which I'll show you. Just click on my last Jinhao video with the gold. You'll see exactly how I did it for those that are newbies like myself and you want to see how it's done. It's not as scary or as intimidating as it seems, because I certainly thought it was, and I was certainly there and scared to use empty cartridges to fill them back up. It came in this plastic wrap, and then it was in here. So yeah, very nice and presentable. I liked how it has these little, basic instructions here for you. I find that having this little eyedropper, it's convenient for the additional price point that you're paying, because then you don't have to go on Amazon and get like the blunt tip syringe like I did, and it comes with the extra cartridge, so that's pretty handy. But just like the Jinhao, no ink. You already have to have your ink, or you have to have an ink cartridge, so just be aware of that. There is no ink. So my impressions of this, using this after a week, I like it. I really enjoyed it. It's very lightweight. I weighed all three of these, and of course this one was the heaviest. Actually, I wrote it down in my little notebook. Let me get this out the way. I made note just in case anyone was curious for the geeky stats, because I can be a geek sometimes and do that. So on my food scale, I weighed this out. The capless came out to be 1.13 ounces or 32 grams. It's a pretty hefty pen, which I like. I like this weight of it, this metal weight. The click is very hefty, very loud. I mean, you definitely don't want to sit like in a public transportation, click that thing. The Jinhao Gold though, the click is a little quieter. I feel like it's a little softer, but it's still clickety. And it's a little bit heavier, but I still find it very pleasant. And the Meijin, this of course is the lightest, coming under an ounce, 21 grams. What is this? Oh, that was my surprise. My other Jinhao. So my thoughts, I have this inked up with my Noodler's Heart of Darkness, which I'm going to be using. I'm going to put the platinum carbon ink aside for a bit and use up my Noodler's ink because I have so much of it. And okay, this is how much of a newbie I am. I did not even realize Heart of Darkness was kind of like a permanent waterproof-ish archival ink. I did not know that this whole time. I've had that ink for almost 4 or 5 years now, and while it comes out very, very bold, I did not care to remember, I guess, those specs or those details when I purchased that bottle. So might as well use that up because I have it. Let me show you. I like this. Yeah. I'm definitely glad I got this. I had to remember, did I have any problems? The only thing is, it did write. I had no problems, like I did with this gold one. The only thing is, again, I'm a newbie, so it could be something that I just was not aware. But because I did the cartridge fill, and it comes with this metal cover here too, you have to allow, when you push it back in, you have to allow enough time for it to go through the feed, which I did, but I was getting a little impatient and I was fearful of maybe the nib not working, just like the Jinhao. So I kept, scribbling, and nothing was coming through. So I ran this part, not the whole pen, but I ran this part under a little bit of like warm water, and then I saw some of the ink coming through. I'm sure you're probably not supposed to do that, but hey, I did that. And then that's when I noticed the ink was coming out and it was flowing. This is just my little test notebook that I got at my local grocery store. It's a Top Flight brand, even though, you know, it's $2-3. It holds up pretty good for just testing out some inks, and the colors come out, I think, pretty saturated. It's very nice. Doesn't bleed through too bad, so you could journal or write with this. Let me see my notes. Okay, these are my Jinhao. Okay, so I'm just writing. Yeah, I like it. Oh, okay, let's go over the Jinhao before. So I had the hard start in the beginning, but the downstrokes fixed it. Yeah, and then I was surprised that how did I not break that nib as hard? You guys, I was pressing like hard. And then I thought, how did my black one just break with a little bloop on the carpet? Either way. The fine nib with the black Pilot cartridge writes more like a medium nib. So for me, I don't mind it. I like it. It comes out very like flowy and wet. It has not dried up since I have used this continuously all day in the last 7-8 days. Writes right away. I got used to the clip, not bothersome, easy. Okay, yeah. So the clip, this is another thing. When I started using this pen, I thought that this was going to bug me, irritate me, but even with my awkward grip, I know you're supposed to use this proper technique, but that's not how I write. I just kind of, you can see when I do my test, I just naturally, my thumb kind of covers it, and I do not find it to be in the way, very surprisingly. Yeah, even when I did a couple like long form paragraphs and journalings, it did not bother me. Excuse my stopwatch there, my Casio stopwatch. And what else? Got used to clip. Comfortable, hefty weight. Not too heavy, and it's not too light. It feels perfect. Yeah, it feels more expensive. Yeah, definitely it feels very like high quality. Like if I did not know anything about fountain pens or stationery and somebody like gifted me this pen, I would literally think that this, I mean, okay, I know this is supposed to be like an imitation of the Pilot, right? So, but I would, think that this was probably, wow, $100 pen. Yeah. It just, because it feels so nice, and it looks very polished, very sleek. The Mahjong. Okay, apparently I did not write any notes on that because I remember my impressions being pretty much the same with all the capless. It's very convenient. I can click and go. This is an extra fine. This is an extra fine nib, and being that it's paired with Heart of Darkness, which is a very wet ink, this actually comes out to be like a medium nib. But from what I was told, even though the Jinhao and the Mahjong say fine, it really is more like a medium. And if you get extra fine, it's really more like a fine. So keep that in mind. I did some journaling here. Okay, yeah. Here with my Heart of Darkness, I really liked it. One thing that I'm enjoying with this capless style, this nib, because it's very, it kind of points like this. It's very narrow, even with the Pilot. Okay, let me show you what I'm talking about. Let me compare it to, do I have where's my TWSBI? Hold on, let me grab it. I thought I had my TWSBI laying around. Okay, so for example, this is, I guess it kind of points out. See how wide this nib is? I don't know, I just find it's because it's thinner, I can write comfortably in these smaller grids. I have larger handwriting naturally, but I found, I mean, you can see, you can still kind of read what I am putting here. And I did not find these small little boxes to be uncomfortable. It was a pleasant writing experience on this paper with this ink. And again, you can see, even though this is extra fine, this is not extra fine. This looks like, yeah, definitely a medium nib. I would have to say like 0.7, 0.6, 0.7 nib. And then I just had, what else? Did I journal anything? Yeah, so everything. Okay, so that's what I had there. Yeah, I like this. So I have, this is my all black. This is going to, I might put Cafe Crema in here, but I want to use up these inks first. So I want to use these up. This is going to work with me, both of these. But let's talk about some new pens that I have. Oh, let me unbox this. This has not been opened. I just kind of opened it because I thought, did Amazon mess up again? Because this box looks different than the last unboxings I've been doing of the Jinhao 10. So don't be surprised if you find that your Jinhao 10 comes in a different box. Apparently there's two unboxing experiences. This one, as you can see, does not come with the tin box, even though this is the exact same black color that I ordered the very first Jinhao unboxing I shared with you guys. This is, don't mind this, this is from my my food, because I already slit it open thinking that maybe they sent me a different version. So it has the little information card, showing you how to use it. And it just comes like in this cardboard holder. See, this is even different. This plastic is thicker than the one that I got in the steel box. My other one, my black one, did not have that. Again, you can see my original all black unboxing that I did a few videos back. I'll link my whole fountain pen playlist down below if you're interested. And this is the one that fell on the carpet and the nib broke. Are these the same? Yeah, these are the same nib. I got the fine again. All sleek matte. This is what it looks like. See, this is where you can stick the nib in, and then you're supposed to like twist this up. I know you can see it. You're supposed to twist this, and then it draws up the ink like that. So even though it doesn't come with ink, it's ready for you to fill it up with the ink. This will be just put on rest for now because I want to show you my other Jinhaos. I need to slow my roll. I need to calm down because this is getting out of hand for me, I think. What's so fun about these Jinhao fountain pens is that they are low risk for me, but they are a fun introduction to fountain pens and having fun with different colors and just getting used to like the whole mechanism, getting a feel of the experience. You get to see, do you like fountain pens? Do you not? Do you find them cumbersome? Are they convenient? Are they fun? Are they worth your investment? Or do you find that you are more motivated to journal because the writing tool gives you such like a pleasant writing experience? So low risk, low cost, a lot of variety. These are the other two that I've acquired within the week, and I have been using them all week. So the unboxing was nothing really special, but the writing experience, I had a really good time. These are supposed to look like the Sailor Pro Gear pens. And I mean, the algorithm is getting smarter and smarter, which is maybe scary, but also convenient for me, because how did Amazon's algorithm know oh, Michelle, you may like these items according to your past purchases. I saw this. This is the one that lured me in. And oh my goodness, you know that I'm in my brown phase. Ever since I fell in love with the TWSBI Eco Bronze and I had it inked up with Cafe Crema, which let me show you. I did not think I was ever going to be a brown lover when it came to, fountain pens and inks, but here I am. Never say never. You never know. When the right one comes around, it will just suck you in. And this is the ink this is my favorite brown ink, I think, for right now, until I come across anything better. I've been using this since last year, early, I think like April 2024. So I always had this inked up in my TWSBI medium nib. You guys know I'm always raving about this combo. So I am enjoying browns, and when I saw this and it had these little gold glitter specks, this isn't too bling bling, it's just subtle enough to be pretty. But I saw this with the gold details. I'm a sucker for gold details. I swooped it up. It was only like $8. So I thought, okay, you know what, for $8, it's definitely worth a try. And this is in the medium nib. I did not have troubles getting this to write right away. Of course, it could be because this one I did do the, I didn't do an empty cartridge. I just did the regular cartridge fill where you twist it and it sucks up the ink. I gave it a few minutes to go through and it started writing. Even though this is a medium nib, it writes, to me, it writes like a fine, and it could be because of the ink. I do not have this in Cafe Crema. I actually have this inked with Coffee Break, Colorverse Coffee Break. And I find this to be a perfect, look at that. It's better than the Cafe Crema. This is like an ideal match. I almost wanted to do the Pelican Brilliant Brown, but it kind of leaned a little bit more of the reddish brick color, and I thought no, I need a little bit more brown. So this Coffee Break by Colorverse is, it's a great combination, and it matches the body perfectly. I'm one of those people that like to play matchy, so this will most likely always have some type of like brown ink in here, in the brown family. I'm just showing you how this writes. Yeah, so I've been having fun with this. I'll show you on my other notebook in a minute. No hard start. It writes, it did not dry up in the week that I've had this. So I really like it, again, for the $8 or $8.99. Yeah, it's a fun time. And then I saw this. Wow, this color, it is beautiful. You know what? It reminded me of the Diamine Earl Grey. And I talked about this in my top 5 fountain pen inks, my top 5 favorite. So when I saw that, immediately I thought of, where is it? Diamine Earl Grey. Love that. And I've been loving my London Fog tea all of last year. What a perfect combination. But because this is a fine nib, I got one in medium and one in fine. So I did not want to try the Diamine because I noticed in my Pilot Kakunos in the fine nib, this writes dry, actually. Drier, I should say. In my Banus, it's beautiful, but with the Pilot fine nib, it definitely writes like fine. The ink comes out fine. This is not Earl Grey. Hold on, let me show you. So what I inked this up with is one of my newest samples I've acquired from truefait.com. It's the J. Urban ink, Cacao do Brazil. When I first got this sample, I thought, interesting. It reminded me of something I already had, and right away I could put my finger on it. It looks just like my Earl Grey by Diamine Also a little bit of Sailor Seki minus the green hue. And I'll show you right here. It kind of reminds me of that family, that color family. Let me see right here. Sailor Seki a little bit. This is obviously lighter. And then I really need to get some ink swatch cards now that my collection is growing. Okay, and then we see the Earl Grey. And then, sorry for the weird angles, you guys. I just don't feel like editing and doing different camera angles. I want to just get this out as soon as possible. Okay, here we have all three. Sailor Seki, Diamine, and then the J. Arbonne. All these colors reminded me of my Pilot Kakunos, the new Sleepy line. So soft, like a muted color. So I was pleasantly surprised, and I'm happy that I swooped up this sample. It reminds me of let me show you my first impressions. I journaled. Where was it? Okay, right here. It reminded me of a brown lilac or a cool brown gray. And I was surprised that this ink was wetter. Like, I thought it was going to be really dry because it's a fine nib, but no. For fine, it comes out like a comfortable fine. And these don't come out scratchy. I think it really depends on the ink. If you use Sailor ink, yeah, it would probably come out as like scratchy or feedback, as what I have learned is the correct term. But these nibs, the Jinhao, and with the right ink, you don't get that scratchy. It doesn't feel like I'm writing with a needle. It just feels like a nice, nice gel. Maybe like a 0.4, maybe 0.5 gel ink. This color is going to be in my top 10 favorite inks. I'm going to get a full bottle. I like this color because it's just beautiful. I just can't. It's not gray, not too gray, not too brown, not too purple. It's perfect. It's a blend, I think, of all three in my eye. It looks like lilac, brown, gray if they all merge together. And that's what this came out to be. Because while the Earl Grey is beautiful, it does lean a little bit, depending on what paper you use, it can lean a little bit more gray. So it comes out like a slate color, or it could come out a little bit more of the purple. But this, I don't know, it has a little bit more of that brown tint to it, which again, you guys know I'm in my brown phase. So I really like this. So that is my other fun use of this week. To compare it to the Pilot Prera, I know, truth be told, I have not even inked this baby up. I need to. I know some a few of you asked me on Instagram, what do you think of your Prera, Michelle, now that you have it? I'm sorry, I don't know. I don't know, because I have been really, really enjoying these capless fountain pens. So I'm not going to lie and say, oh yeah, it's great. But I'm assuming it is, because from what you guys have told me, the nibs with Pilot Kakunos and the Pilot Metropolitan and the Pilot Prera are the same. It's really just, the body, the way that this feels. This is such a cute pocket pen. This is such a cute pocket pen. It's very nice for traveling. It's very light. It reminds me of, and I shared this before, it reminds me of the Kaweco. It was a different brand, but yeah, it's fun like in that way. Comparing the Jinhao, this Jinhao slightly taller. Oh, that's one thing too. I don't know if you're a poster or not, if you like to post. Posting is when you get the cap and you post it on the top here. Some fountain pens you can't really do that with comfortably, but with these Jinhao 82s, they're nice and I don't mind it. It kind of balances it out. But surprisingly, I noticed when I was journaling in my other notebooks and when I was doing my first impressions, oh, this is the Colorverse too. Let me show you. Yeah. I did not mind actually holding the cap. I found myself holding the cap and then writing without it being posted. And it, the way it lays on my hand, I have small hands. I still found it quite pleasant and comfortable. And yeah, I was going on and on and on without realizing I did not even post it. So that didn't really bother me. Having it unposted or posted, it works both ways. Now the Kakunos, I prefer not posting it because it's just, I don't think I need to because it's taller. Yeah. So I think I need to calm down because it's only been a month. It's only been a month, and how have I acquired almost a good handful of fountain pens? Again, I think that's what makes this hobby fun, but it could be dangerous because once you get one, it's like candy, right? It's like you can't just eat one. It's like M&Ms. Like you want another one or some chips. You can't just stop with one. And at these price points, $8, $8, this, $20, $28. So this is already like around 50, I say 60, 70. And okay, I had some Kakunos. Let me show you. In my pencil case, which, I guess I can throw this in here too, but I haven't used it. All my Preras. So if you put all these together, I've had fun, expanding my fountain pen collection by these, 10, because this was a gift. It all started with this innocent little Pilot Kakuno, this clear body I got from a holiday gift exchange, and down the rabbit hole, I just got thrown deeper into it. Like I can't even come out of the trenches here. But all this for the price of, this capless is not the real gold, so it retails, around $80. But if you got the real gold Pilot, it could be anywhere from $160 to $200. So for the price of one real gold Pilot, Vanishing Point, or Decimo, I was able to have fun with all of these fountain pens. Do I need all of these? Certainly not, but they're very fun. And for someone like me, again, I like to play matchy with my inks. And they already, if I am in the mood for some type of volcano gray, I have this. If I want brown, I have some brown. If I want black, I have my black. If I want some type of pink or some type of blue, I have it inked up. I think I'm going to stop though. I don't want to, for 2025, my goal is not to consume a lot. But again, it's dangerous because, $8, that's, to some people, that is more than their Starbucks order. They'll get like a Starbucks and a bagel, and that's $8. And it's gone. You can't re-experience that. But this, it's tangible. I have it. I can reuse this for $8. Just like this, I can use this, and I do use this every day, for $20. So that's how I justify it in my head. My girl math is like, okay, what is the cost per use or cost per wear of the items? And I find these to be priceless because I know I'm going to use these all the time. But I need to stop. So, as enabling as this fountain pen community is, I know myself and I will want to try all of the beautiful things, but I'm going to allow my budget to take a rest and then invest in some other inks because I want that full bottle of the cacao. Let me show you. Right here, I splattered a little bit of ink. So beautiful. I like this color. So I'm going to throw this in my cart. And I shared, let me show you here. Remember my fountain pen storage? Hold on, let me grab my box. It's a little heavy. Ugh. I bought a new fountain pen box. So this is all adding to, you know, my play money from Target. I've upgraded from my Doc Martens shoebox. My collection is still humble and small, but where I've had the most fun is the samples. I threw the samples in here for now. This is still manageable, but just giving you a sneak peek of everything I've acquired just in this last month. All these samples, and this is this is the cacao to Brazil. J. Urban. I did not think I was going to like the flow of that because I had it in Vert Empire with my TWSBI, hold on, let me grab it, with my TWSBI Eco. Okay, let me show you. And it could be because I was using it with extra fine. I'm not really an extra fine person, but I think that, why did I get an extra fine? I think because out of all my TWSBIs, I never had an extra fine, so I wanted to see what an extra fine felt like. But I have the Vert Empire in this, and I don't want to say it writes dry, but it writes like an extra fine, of course, you know, like, of course it does. But it didn't wow me. So I couldn't really tell how the ink was, like the flow of the ink. I think with TWSBI, with my nibs though, it's pretty safe. Like anything really goes. But this Vert Empire, this color, yeah, it's like a mossy green. I was just like, okay. But this cacao, I'm going to get it. I think J. Urban and Robert Oster are becoming like my top safe, like go-to inks, along with Diamine. Diamine's good too, but the inks that I know will write the best for my preference, I'm learning what I like. I'm learning the qualities and the properties of the ink. Oh, and Pilot. Yeah, so Pilot ink, Diamine, J. Urban, and then Robert Oster. Because here's my Cafe Crema. I need to stock up again. And here are all my TWSBIs. So my backstory, my origin story, I'm sure a lot of you already know. I fell in love with Diamond 580 TWSBI Rose Gold. This is, of course, inked with Heart of Darkness. No, I'm sorry. No, this is actually Bungo Box, Ink of Witch. But I started off with Heart of Darkness. And I was just so comfortable using these, the piston, the filler. You know, you just twist these up and the ink goes in here. Because I was intimidated. I didn't know, you know, everything else looks so technical and so scary. So I've stuck with these since the beginning of my hobby, 4 or 5 years. That's why I still think I'm a newbie, because I have not experienced other fountain pens to speak on what else is out there. I just stuck with this. And I'm a creature of habit. Once something works for me, I really just stick with it. So these worked for me, and I just, obviously you could see I just stuck with TWSBIs. I got this one, and then that, and then I accumulated this one, and that, and that. So here we are. And yeah, all thanks to my holiday gift exchange that threw in something different, a nice little curveball. Jenny was like, Michelle needs to experience the Pilot again, because although I did experience the Metropolitan, it did not wow me. But I should revisit the Metro, right? Now that I'm more like seasoned experience, maybe I should revisit the Metro. The only thing is I clearly remember the grip. The threading was really uncomfortable. But that's enough yapping about what I've been up to this last week and for this month of January. Wow, look how fast all of this got. And I spiraled out of control. So while it's fun, it is very fun to engage and connect with people in this community. It can be very tempting because you do want to try, as you saw in my box, you want to try all of the colors. You want to sample and swatch them, and then your friends will send you samples, and then you'll want to buy the bottle. And then I'll just give you guys a little flip through just in case you haven't seen my other videos, because I know these are always helpful. I always find them helpful too when people show how the colors look. This is on Cosmo paper, if you're wondering. So I think my channel is going to go back to its regular programming. I mean, I'll still sprinkle in fountain pen content here and there, but I don't want to, you know, consume. I am very content with what I have. I know you guys have strongly recommended I try real gold, but my budget is not there right now. My wallet needs to recover from all of these other Kakunos and these Jinhaos. And I really want to, for 2025, I really want to be intentional. When I get something I really enjoy, I don't want to find the next dopamine hit and like, get something else. I really want to just savor the moments, and I need to add an I here, and enjoy what I have. So because I have all these beautiful new inks and pens, I just want to use them. Now, if they're gifted to me, of course, you know, like that's a different story, but I am not going to go out of my way to accumulate anything for now, for the next few months. This is the newest big bottle I got, the Pilot Sangyo. This is very beautiful. I think I might ink that with this Jinhao next, because the way it comes out, it's not too purple. I have a couple more ink swatches that I need to do, but I'd love to know what your favorite colors, your favorite ink colors are at the moment. So when I am prepared to get some more samples, I can check them out and add them to the list. Or I always love reading what your favorite fountain pens are or what you're currently enjoying. Yeah, Robert Oster. I'm going to add a couple Robert Osters to the cart. If you have favorite Robert Oster colors, or even what did I say? J or Bond, let me know. And I'll update you guys in a couple weeks with that. But I have some journaling content I need to catch you guys up on. And yeah, maybe some Traveler's Notebook stuff. So I'll see. Hope you're doing well. Bye.